Hey everybody, in this video I am going to attempt to create a cell phone holder, cell phone stand out of sheet metal using Autodesk Inventor. And I just downloaded the Inventor 2024 not too long ago, so it's a little bit new for me, but I'm going to be using it to create this sheet metal part. So what I want to do is I want to go to New. And then where it says Browse Templates, I'm going to click on Browse Templates. For this one, I'm going to use the metric. And then I want to make sure that I use the sheet metal millimeter IPT. I'm going to click on the Create button. And then to set up my defaults for my sheet metal, I'm not going to get too fancy with this. I'm going to click on the sheet metal defaults button here. And then where you see the default millimeters, I'm going to click the pencil because I'm going to change a few of the items here. Instead of using the generic default material, I'm going to change this generic to, let's say, aluminum. I'm just going to pick aluminum 6061. And then for the thickness, I'm going to change this to 2 millimeters. And then I'm going to leave all the other stuff as it is. So the bend, the corner, I'm just going to leave it all, whatever the default is. I'm going to go to Save and Close. Use thickness from rule. Yeah, we're going to use the thickness from rule. Make sure that's checked. And then I'm going to hit the X. And then we're going to start creating this part. So there's a couple of ways that I can create this, but I think the easiest way is if I go to Start 2D Sketch, just like a normal sketch here, I'm going to click on this XY plane, and then I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the line command to kind of create the shape, like the side elevation of the shape. And I'm not going to put any curves in the corners because that's where the bend radius is going to take care of that for me. So I'm going to line. I'm going to start here on this green dot. I'm going to draw a line over. Let me look at my thingy here. It's going to be my drawing, not my thingy. I'm looking at my drawing. So that says it's 75 millimeters. 75 millimeters. Press Enter. And then I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I want to go up. I'm not sure what this angle is, but I know that this line is about 80. It's about 80 millimeters. Let's say 80 millimeters. Hit the Tab key. Maybe this degree is about somewhere in there. Maybe it's about 60, 65. Let's go with that. It's good enough for government work. 65. And then it's going to come down. And that length is going to be 50 millimeters. 50 millimeters. Hit the Tab key. And then for the angle, what would that be? Let's say, I don't know, maybe it's about 50. Let's try 54. I'm shooting at the hip here. 54. Press Enter. This final leg is going to be 90 degrees, kind of so it's perpendicular to this line. And I'm going to draw it out. It sounds like Arnold. I'm going to draw it out. It's going to be, what is that going to be? I'm looking. Does it say? I do not see where it says what that is. So, yeah, I don't see that. All right, so let's just draw it. I don't know, about maybe 15 millimeters. I'm going to use it, make sure it's perpendicular there. So 15 millimeters. Press the Enter button. And so that's kind of the outside shape. And then I'm going to right click, hit OK. I'm going to finish my sketch. And hopefully this is going to work. So in order to make a sheet metal, give it thickness, I'm going to go up to where you see the contour flange. I'm going to click that contour flange button. And then so let me look at it, show you the front view here. So this, where you see the offset direction here, that's where the offset from the original sketch that we drew. So this one is going to go totally above that line. If you do it, flip it, it's going to go totally below that line. And then if you do it kind of both sides, it's kind of in the center of that line, which I think on this drawing here, it looks like they have it on the outside like that. So I'm going to leave it like that for there, for this offset direction. And then for the width extents, this the width is going to be, according to the drawing, that looks like it's 62.5. So 62.5 millimeters. And I'm going to go at kind of symmetrical in both directions. So I'm going to go dimension. I'm going to click on distance midplane. So it's equal on both sides. And then I'm going to click OK. So there's kind of our stand there right now. So now what we need to do, we need to round some corners where it's not so sharp. It doesn't like cut us up when we accidentally grab it and catch the corners. And there's also a slot that kind of goes through kind of the center of this. So I think the easiest thing to do is probably going to be to kind of round these corners. So to do that, I'm going to go up to where you see corner round here. And then, so right now mine has a default of 6 millimeters, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to click on the edge and see what that looks kind of good. Click on this edge, click on this edge, and this edge. Yeah, we can just leave it like that. I'm going to hit apply. So it kind of rounds those corners off for us. And then to put this slot here, what I'm going to do is I am going to click on my view cube to kind of look at it from this other view here. And then I'm going to go to start 2D sketch on this kind of back angled face here. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure exactly what the dimensions of that slot is. This drawing here doesn't tell me that, but I'm just going to kind of wing it. So I'm going to click on the rectangle, look for the slot. So I'm going to go center to center. And then I'm just going to draw kind of in the middle somewhere to start this slot for one. It's going to go up above this and kind of wrap around to the other side. So just going to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to drag it out. Let's see, what can we make this? It looks kind of thin right there. So maybe that's about 10 millimeters for the width of that slot. Press enter. And then I can dimension the center to the edge maybe. What is that? 31.25. And then to make sure the same for the other side. And it is the same, so I'm good there. I just want to make sure that they're the same on both sides. And then I'm going to finish this sketch. And so to get this slot to kind of wrap around, and I'm hoping I didn't draw it too tall, what you're going to do is you're going to click on where you see cut, and then it automatically selects that kind of sketch there. I'm going to click on where it says cut across bends, or cut across bend, and then I'm going to hit OK. You can kind of see it cuts it across that little flappy fold there. That looks pretty good. I probably could have made it a little bit longer, but so I'm just kind of winging it just to kind of show you the steps to create this. So there's one of our cut that kind of bends around, and then there's another one that kind of cuts around this, or cuts around this flap here. So to do that, it's kind of the same method. So what that kind of cut allows you to do is, if you wanted to charge your phone while it's kind of sitting in the stand here, you can get to it from underneath, and the cord, kind of go out of the way like that. So to do that, I'm going to go to Start 2D Sketch, and then I'm going to click on, I can either click on this face or that face. I think I'm going to do this one here. And then I'm just going to kind of draw a rectangle. So rectangle, I want to do, what do I want to do? The 2-point center maybe. See if I can find spot in the middle here, somewhere, maybe here, and just kind of drag it out. So I want to drag it a little bit past this. Not too much. Actually, I wanted that to be probably a little bit lower than where it is. So let me hit the escape key. Let's do that again. I want the center of it to be kind of down here, maybe somewhere like that, and drag it like so. Maybe. So what is that? 30. I got 30. Let's go 34 for the bottom. 34 millimeters. Hit the tab. Maybe that's 19 millimeters. Just kind of guessing here. And then I'm going to finish my sketch. I want to do the cut. And I want to cut across the bend. And hopefully I didn't draw it long enough where it cuts that whole part out. I think that's pretty good. I could have made it a little bit longer, I think. Hit OK here. So yeah, I could have made that probably longer where it kind of extends a little further out here. But I think that's pretty good for now. Just kind of show you how to do that. So, all right, nothing that I need to do is I need to round the corners of our kind of a rectangle opening here. So I'm going to go to round or corner round, and then should I leave it at 6? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what 6 looks like. So I'm going to click on this little corner there. Click on this one. It might be a little bit too big, especially down here. Let me change these to like maybe 3. Yeah, let me use that. Apply. Yeah, there we go. All right, so there we have our rounded corners there. And then we can save it. Actually, I'm going to go to view. I'm going to change my visual style to my usual. Some shadows on here. Some reflections. Make it a perspective. Change the lighting. It doesn't really look as good that way as a perspective. Now that I look at it, I can put it back as an orthographic. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to make sure I save it, and we'll be done. All right, peace.